Hello, Professor Saida and classmates. Today I'm going to explain to you my book analysis. But before I continue with the book analysis itself, I would like to mention 5 important reasons why children's books are good resources for teaching EFL children. One reason is the vocabulary acquisition part. Since EFL kids need to be exposed to new words as many times as possible in order to acquire the vocabulary, picture books serve as a great tool in order for EFL teachers to implement this vocabulary acquisition in the classroom, because they tend to repeat words many times throughout the pages, and that will enhance this part of acquiring new words. Also, there is a variety of assignments. A teacher can develop writing, listening if there is audio available, and also speaking activities in the classroom based on the reading. There is social experience, and regardless the subject, if it is math, if it is science, social experience should be present in the classroom. And in our case as EFL teachers, when we have EFL kids, sometimes they tend to be really nervous towards the language, and this social experience will give them the opportunity to lower their anxiety towards the language, because they're going to feel comfortable and they're going to get involved in the story, on the pictures, on the book. And since they are going to be all together in the floor, they may laugh, they may share comments or expressions towards the story that will lower this anxiety part. It invites conversation, so teachers should take advantage of this by having some conversational activities in order to promote this conversation in the class, which is one of the main points when teaching EFL kids. Illustrations are great resources and picture books, because sometimes our kids, our EFL learners, may not be able to understand a word on the book, but if you got a great picture, they will get the meaning immediately. As the author Michael Tunnell says, children's books function in many ways. They may set up a plot, provide characteristics of the characters, provide extra details that are not present in the text. So basically, it will help a lot when understanding the story. Some aspects to consider when selecting a book. In my case, I chose Henny Penny's book, which is intended for second-level learners of English. And this story is about a hen which is part of a farm. And it's intended for, in my case, I chose it for third graders of a public school, because they are supposed to be studying farm animals, vocabulary, and also they should have reading as part of the program. So Henny Penny, before I show you this checklist, which I divided in 6 parts in order to analyze the quality of this book, I would like to mention what Henny Penny is about. Henny Penny is retold by Emily Flynn, and this story is about a hen named Henny Penny who is going to the village when a big acorn falls on her head from an oak tree. She thinks that the sky is falling and she runs to tell the king. Along the road, she meets Cocky Locky, Ducky Locky, and other animal friends. They all join her while the fox is waiting for them in the wood. He is hungry and wants to eat the animals, but at the moment, something unexpected happens that changes the version of the traditional tale by ending in a different and quite surprising way. Based on this checklist, We can analyze the quality of this book in 6 different aspects. We have the general information, which will provide you with the title, which is really important in order for you to know if it is short enough to be understood by the students and catchy as well. We have the author's name, we have the copyright date, the book should not be really old, the cost in order to see if it is rentable for the students, the subject and grade level, which is really important if you're looking for level 1, level 2, you should already know the level of your students, and the publisher, which is going to be part of this general information. For the cover analysis, here Henny met all the criteria. The cover is really attractive. It has a picture that gives information about the story, and EFL kids will know or will have an idea about what the story is about. The title is short enough and is to entice interest. The words are understandable and in a large enough font for the students to read them easily. And we also have content and topic. Here Henny met most of the criteria. And about the topic, it said that the topic is really interesting for young learners. The content is current and age appropriate. The activities apply to a diversity of student abilities, interests, and learning styles. Activities include guiding questions which encourage the development of higher level thinking skills. And here, based on the activities, this book, since it is intended for EFL kids, has some extra activities at the end. It has variety of the activities that will promote these learning acquisition if you have different learning styles in the class. And it did not meet the criteria, the first criteria that says that the writer share intriguing facts, and the one that mentions if the content is accurate and reliable. This is not really mandatory to have it on every book, on every picture book, but it may be something that you need to take into account if you have informational children's books, for example. The illustrations, since they are really important for EFL kids, I chose the book because of this part. They had really good pictures that cover the whole pages and explain the story, and they have really good colors, bright. They are not that busy. They invite the reader to explore the text. They also explain and enhance the content. And for the font size and type, well, the spacing and placement of the words make the passage easy to read. The texts on the pages are not longer than 4 lines, and the young learner can follow the text along each page easily because it has really simple grammatical structures and the sentences are not that long. And the last part of this checklist is the organization criteria. Here, well, the book is divided in sections, mainly for the reading part and then for the activities. It is also level appropriate for the kids. It has good size and format of print, and it is visually appealing for the EFL kids. Now I'm going to mention the positive aspects about the book. Here I'm going to show you some of the pictures, the pages on the book, so you can take a look at what I'm saying about the positive aspects. And here we can see that there are The book has short reading passages, simple grammatical structures in the present tense, good illustrations that enhance interest, define and develop the characters, and also reinforce the text. There is also good illustrations that have really nice colors and that are really attractive for EFL kids. Here in this picture we can see that the text is no longer than 4 lines. It is really simple. It is the present tense, and it has short dialogues that are really easy to follow. It has repetition of key vocabulary words that makes easy the acquisition of vocabulary. It has presence of musical language, as Michael Tunnell mentions on his children's literature book. He says that this feature provides the students with a memorable experience because they will remember some words and some phrases, since this type of language tend to be smoothly and really catchy for EFL young learners. There is presence of short dialogues. Michael Tunnell mentions that short dialogues should be set up in a more realistic way, as when we have normal and common conversations, it should be really natural. And in this book we can see that the dialogues are really natural. They are short enough to be understood by our EFL learners, and they are level and age appropriate. Here you can see the example on this picture. And also this book has extra activities that reinforce vocabulary. The activities are really nice. They are based on our different learning styles, and they promote thinking skills. There is also a picture dictionary available. It caught my attention because sometimes even though you got the pictures and the text, and the pictures may explain the story, but sometimes they may not know some words. So if you got this picture dictionary at the end, they may go to the end of the book and look at the picture, and then they will relate the word to the picture. There is also extra online activities. If you have access to technology, you can take advantage of this. And this book has audio available as well. Here you can see 2 of the activities that the book has. Here we can see the first one, that is like a writing activity. The students need to write a simple sentence saying saying what the animal is. Here we got Henny Penny. Henny Penny is a hen, and they should do the same with the rest of the pictures. They also have the second activity, which is about a drawing. They need to follow the numbers and draw a line, and once they get the picture, they will have to write the name of the character. And here we got the picture dictionary. The picture dictionary, as I mentioned before, is a really good tool because if they may not know what a corn is, so they may look at the picture and relate it to the word. Negative aspects about the book. According to Michael Tunnell on children's literature book, he says that overstated writing is a cheap way to create excitement on a story. In this book, I will say that there is a little bit of overstated writing because let me show you here the example. Here in the picture you will see this type of overstated writing when you got scratch, ban, and you got exclamation marks. Even though it's not that present in the book, you will have it on some pages. It is part of the negative aspects that this author mentions, and that will be like the negative part, the only thing that I found on this book. And that will be the analysis of this book. I hope you enjoyed it. And well, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for paying attention.